I am back. Okay. All right. How are we doing over here? Still... Oh, there's some silver in there. Still pushing things through here. I'm actually kind of thinking that maybe I need to make this a little bit better for us. What time is it? I'm going to close the shop. Let these peeps do their thing. And then I'm going to make this a little bit more effective. Because right now I don't feel it is doing a very good job. How are we doing over here? Oh, that's looking a lot... Well, mind you, it's still taking out from there, so... Still, this should be producing nice and fast for us. Aavak, please give Sheila my wishes for her speedy recovery. Thanks so much, Sordin. I will do so. She might have even heard that. She's kind of got the stream on so she can hear my voice while she's trying to sleep. Just playing on her phone. Right. Let's clear these things out a bit. Have I got a portal stone? I do not. Get one. We will have that about here, I think. We will have... Oh, wrong bong, incorrect. There we go. Because this is completely chockers right now. And that is blocking both of these. Which is not okay. Let's get these out of here as well. You know what? I'm going to change this up a little bit. Yeah. This is really nice music. Right. Excuse me. Right. So with that, I'll be able to remove the silver coins from here. Still pulling all of this out. Well, let's get rid of that for now. And I'm going to copy this. And paste it here. Because that should only copy over the parts I need. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Right, so now I should only have single silvers on that belt, which was going to be way, way better. Each till is going to deliver its money independently into the system. Now, how much have I got on me? I've got quite a lot on me. Actually, let's do this. This cash can just be thrown into this system and hopefully broken down. Right. Okay. It is time for us to work on soap. Hopefully this is now way safer. But it is kind of hard to say. Honestly, this is still taking a lot of time to get through the system. Still takes a long time for that to drain. That's about as good as I can make it. Let's go ahead and open it up. I could upgrade the belts, or I could just have this go in line. Though it would still only pull out 50 a second. But right. We need soap. How do we get soap? We get soap via plant ash and linseed oil. Makes a bar of soap every 3 seconds. Made in a blender. So if you set that up. 60 plant ash a minute. 4 liters of linseed. Which is just shy of what we're producing. Okay. Fair enough. Though it's producing 20 a minute. That should be plenty. But the plant ash is the tricky one. Just gonna have a double check of how we're doing plant ash. This can produce 20 a minute. How much did I need? 60 minutes, so I'd need 3 of them. That is, in fact, the output of a single one of these. So that all works. Sure. I just need 1 crucible then. 1 furnace, rather. Do I need anything else? No, actually. So with that in mind, we can have that just about here. Should not be a problem. All right, let's go ahead and build my basic furnace. Let's have it about here, though. I'm thinking. Sure. And I'm going to need a single one of you, which I can have. I could have on that side. No, actually, let's have it on this side. And I'll have the coal, the fuel mover up on that side. Pinky Puppet, thank you ever so much for the prime. Good morning to you. Do I have any more sage seeds? I do. I will accept. I'm going to need 2 blockers too. 3 blockers, actually. Did I? I bet I did not. I did not. Oh, bugger. I hope that doesn't break anything. 90 of those potions. Perfect. Right, let me go and grab some things. Gonna need a few more of those. So that's 2. And another 3. That should do us. We'll see. Oh, no. I did miscount. Actual fact. Right, this way they are taking up less of my coke powder. I will need a bit more though. 1 more in particular. Actually, shift you across a little bit. I will say advanced fertilizer is so much better than the basic. It really does not make any sense to use basic fertilizer when you've got access to advanced. I do need one more blocker. And crucibles, we need 3. There we go. That should start producing us our plant ash. And then it's simply a case of getting linseed oil over here. I don't even really think we're going to need much more than this for it, really. No. I really don't think we're going to need much more than that. Well, I guess... let's set that up. Soap. I will want some to be stockpiled so I can satisfy various orders. There we go. And we're going to want 2 tall there, and kind of all over the place actually. I do wish we had slightly better granality over the length of these, rather than having very discrete amounts. Okay, I'm gonna have to move you then. You're gonna have to be on the other side. That's fine. I want this to be a pickup. Now, I'm not going to have a drop off for this one, which is kind of sucky, but we will see what I can do. I need to have a look at these floors, make sure I'm not about to delete something importante. I am, in fact, about to delete something importante, which is much sad. I am going to need that space. So, let's go ahead and take you all the way down over here. There we go. Actually, I'm going to have to take this out first. My bad. In fact, I'm going to have to take this one out. Damn, I took the wrong one. Okay. Oh well. 1, 2. And we'll do that. There we go. This should work. Right. We've got so many tasks that are asking for soap. This will hopefully sort out the vast majority of them. Now, sadly, that needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to bring this out by 2. Actually, that's okay. And that is okay because that does then give me the opportunity to add in a drop-off point, which I was a bit sad that I couldn't have. There we go. Right, and then I just need to bring the linseed oil over. Though first, I will prepare the area. Like that. I am aware, by the way, that I could simply have the ramp cross over that. Like that. I just don't think it looks very nice. You know me and my aesthetics. I'm out of boards. I think getting this was a wise idea. The backup wood generator has been amazing, if for no other reason than being a ready supply of fresh planks. Okay. Right. Soap will be incoming momentarily. I'm going to want you probably right about there. We are going to want pipes going straight up. And across. There we go. Right. Kind of irritating because they're not in the best position for me, but what I can do is take this up. And then out. Really much prefer you to... Okay. I'm starting to get a better idea of how to make pipes work for me. But it does seem they want to be anchored to something. They hate being just free-floating. Factory Town got around that by having all pipes always... it used a different grid. And you would toggle between the horizontal or the vertical grid, depending on what you were trying to do. Am I one too low? Oh, I am, actually. Not bad. Yeah, you toggle between the horizontal and the vertical grid, and that really helped. Having that very intentional choice in which direction you were trying to draw out a pipe or a conveyor belt. Though it was usually something you didn't need to do too much. But there were a couple of places where that was required. We want to connect it up over here. Fair enough. There we go. All right. Now, we should see... Oh, sorry, we haven't hooked that up yet. Now I need to bring this down. Honestly, I really do. To this day, I love Factory Town as a game. I should do another series on it, maybe. That being said, series not the best, but I'm incredibly stubborn. I want series to. I know that's not how the world works, but god damn it, it should be. Yes, the flask changed color. Basically, this game deals with pipes, from what I can tell, in the through the kind of system of liquid is instantly available across an entire pipe when it's in there. Oh, that one did change color. What the heck happened there? Oh, bugger. That is unfortunate. That is super duper unfortunate. Why? That Let's have a look. Dump that. At least I can dump it, though. That was actually good. Yes, I did lose some stuff, but it certainly wasn't the worst thing to lose. Though, interesting that this could have whatever it wanted in there. Huh. Very interesting. It didn't seem to be a problem to have two different types of liquids in there. Interesting. Right, so it'll be twice as dense as this once we've actually produced enough stuff. Right now, I'm going to close things up. I'll do that one, and I will try and do this one, but we'll see. I need 60 bricks. Also, I've got a lot of this. Let me drop that off. There we go. Now I'm going to need a bunch of soap. There we go. I want to see how densely the soap can be stacked. That'd be super useful. Really appreciate the shadows in this game. Maybe it's because I play so many old games, but it always pleases me a bit when I notice the shadows from a big windmill. Yes, I've noticed that a couple of times, the windmill casting shadows. It's nighttime now, so it's not going to, but yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, funny man. How many bars of soap can we store in here? I imagine it's only going to be that many. We will see. But that is soap now taken care of. So that's all of these. Now the question is where we go next. Transformation potion is what we need next. Either that or steel ingots. You know what? I'm going to research the bounce room. Do I store those anyway? Wrong room. Wrong room. I don't believe I do. I should, though. Oh yeah, here we are. No, that's input. Though I am noticing that we're not producing enough of these. We are churning through them now. A bit worrisome. A tad worrisome. Okay, what's going on over here? Why am I not seeing any soap being produced? Okay. What happened? Ah. I failed to reconnect. There we go. But okay. It's just a way to move around. Yeah, I cut the linseed pipe and I didn't rebuild it. It's my bad. Alright. I may look into that. There's a shaper to make Jupiter, which is 30 cash per relic. Or I could use it for a knowledge altar. A device that can withdraw alchemy knowledge automatically from relics and upgrade knowledge levels with one conveyor belt input. So effectively, I could sell these or I could feed them to a knowledge altar. I think we shall get upgrade points. I want to max out my fertilizer and fuel. Those are the first things that I want to max. Everything else can come later. Oh, it does actually stack a little bit higher. Nice. All right, let's see what is required for this. Okay. Next up, Jupiter, but I'm going to need some more cash. How much cash have we got? We got enough. Let's just pop that back in. Right, let's go ahead and pop this down. Charlesus. I'm noticing a lot of backseating for such a dearth of backseat passes going on right now. Very distressing. I think I'm going to pop this over here. No problems. Ooh. Am I really? Oh, of course I... It does help if I know that I'm going to research something else in a second to actually go ahead and have some cash into my pockets. Okay. Maybe research the relic altar as well, just in case I want to sell some. Do note that while you can reset the skills, the cost doubles with each reset. So you can squeak out some extra research by switching to relic efficiency a time or two, but you'll need to settle on a build eventually. Ah, okay. I had noticed there was a reset button. I just didn't realize that was going to be so important. All right, so plowing down through relic research would make sense then. Arnie's just incredibly kind of you. Right, so pulleys, small wooden gears, and planks. 0.1 per minute. Wow. I'm straight up just going to set that up. I don't intend to sell them for now. Pulleys, small wooden gears, planks. Ooh, planks. Well, I mean, I'm going to need it, so... I'm going to pop this with a priority splitter, so I'm only taking some of it out. In fact, that's generally what I'm going to do for all of them. Pulleys. And small gears as well. Oh. It's pretty cheap at first. 10,000 copper, so very affordable once you're out of the early game. Fair. Right now, my build relies on the fact that my fuel is more efficient and my fertilizers are more efficient, so I'm reticent to change that just yet. But that does feel like it's something I'm going to need to change eventually then. Okay. There is a good chance that I will want to have Jupiter set up for large-scale production or whatever particular relic that I'm going for in time. Purely to keep grinding the levels for my upgrades. Cool system, though. I quite like it. There we are. And that should do everything we need. It'll take some time to build up, especially because I'm going to give priority to actually selling stuff first. But what do we want? No. Nuh-uh. Not even slightly. We're not doing that. Not even going to try. However, whilst that's happening, we can start looking at other stuff. I could unlock turquoise. I'm not going to. The fact that I've unlocked Jupiter does mean that some people might want to try and get it, which is a bit of a shame. But we can unlock yeast powder, gloom shroom spores, and then if we get all the way down there, then I can find out how quickly I can produce it, at the very least. Let's go ahead and open the shop so that we've got some trade going on. Gonna need the money. Urgent requests for relics are always funny. I need 5 of these by the end of the day, said Funny Man. It's like, dude, I can only make like 2.5 of these a day flat out. It's like, yep. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one once we start getting that full, going fully. But yeah, I'm not going to try and satisfy that particular desire. That is not high on my list of things I need to get done. I really do like the aerial deployment of stuff. That's super cool. That is going slowly though. Right. Finally, let's get transformation potion and see what we can do with it. I mean, turquoise might be a decent one to unlock because it's worth quite a lot. We'll see. Right now, we're actually doing okay-ish with the fuel situation. And I think that is largely because the fuel is 40% more efficient than usual. Right. Let us find out what is involved in... Oh. Let us go and get some metal. Then we shall find out things. Also, need some light in here, my lord. I nuked all the lights. It's very silly of me. There you go. Right. Oh, I need to add soap. Right, let's see what's involved in this. Wait, what do I use to make it? Oh, an assembler. Very well. Right. I need gloom shroom. I'll be able to make 10 a minute. That's fine. I'd need 10 gloom shroom and 20 coke powder. Now that is really rough. I might actually have to buy coal to make that. 10 gloom shroom. How much is 10 gloom shroom? I can make 15 a minute out of 15 yeast powder and 30 gloom. Oh, that's almost the entire production of one of the sawmills. No, hang on. Wait, it wanted... No, it's going to be another 5 of these. Oh, my lord. Yep. Yep, it is. Yikes. So another 5 of these. The problem is as well that I'm going to want to get rid of the logs. I only want the gloom shrooms from these. Okay, well, let's have a think. So yeast powder requires, by the looks of it, is that sand? No, soap powder. You want me to grind up soap at the rate of 1 every 6 seconds. You suck. How much am I producing this at? 20 a minute. So half of my production of soap would be consumed. So I would probably want to make my own soap for this process, which means even more drain on my resources. But what I could do with the logs that I need for the gloom fungus is I could turn those, because we need 20 per minute of coke powder. I could... Because this only produces 10 per minute. Like this whole thing produces 10 per minute. So I would need to double this, which is not a thing that we're going to be doing. I think the coke powder is going to have to come from coal. I was going to say I could use the wood for that. And I could have extra wood. Like I can have extra fuel going onto the line just to get the gloom fungus. That would be okay. But for the production of the coal, the coke powder that I'm going to want here. No, that's the wrong one. I think I'm going to want to use coal for that. It's expensive, but... And then any excess I have can be put back on the fuel line as well, so... It is so bad. Yeah, I think it should be okay. Yeah, I'm fairly confident we'll be okay with that. The yeast powder, however, okay, so I'm going to need my own soap production just to make the yeast powder, I'm going to say. I'm going to need the entire furnace setup I've got over here to make the gloom shrooms. I am also going to want... fruit wine? We're probably okay with fruit wine, if I'm honest. 600 a minute. How much am I pulling out of these? 600 a minute as well. So that's 1.8 liters. I'm fairly certain we're producing much more than that. Not much more, but enough. Enough more for that to work, yeah. I think this is going to be the room for it. We're going to have to move into here just to be able to produce this, because I'm going to have so many other things working in tandem. So that should be fine. I'll replicate this setup for the soap. The red wine is already fine. I've got a setup to replicate for the gloom fungus, gloom shrooms. The soap powder, easy enough. And then I'll have coal being ground up to create the coke powder. Excess coke powder from this process, and also all of the wood from the glue, the rotten logs will go onto the fuel line. I'm always going to need more fuel, so that seems easy enough. Yeah, Zach, that's what I've got over here. 5 rotten logs. Produce enough to take care of all of that for me. Technically, this is a little bit pushed out, because each one of these, well, I mean, it's 24 per minute, so it's not the worst, but it's not ideal either. Doesn't quite allow for them all to run flat out, but it's close enough. Ideally, what we would want to do is have this one shared between both sides instead. But like I said, it's good enough. Okay. I think we got a plan. What part do we want to start with? I think probably the yeast powder, because that one's a super easy one to do. Just a matter of replicating this setup in its entirety. And bish bash bosh. Yeah, the heating steps are not free, but we've done the math on it, and it generally turns out that making it out of planks is more money efficient, but making it out of like coal is by far and away more space efficient. But if your concern is money, then you really don't want to go for I want to put it over here. Maybe. You really don't want to go for planks, because you need so much extra room. So much extra room for the planks. Whereas you can skip an entire step in this process if you're just using coal. Right. Okay, so that's what it needs to be. Now I need to go get the pipelines and set all of that up. But we do not want to send this soap on. This soap is for a very, very, very specific task. So while I will keep this part, so I can output more soap if I've got it in my inventory, the rest of this, not so. Oh, bugger. Please and thank you. Same there. Right, let me go and just drop that fertilizer off. But yeah, coal is way more expensive than planks. They are on a whole different level of expense. I'm gonna need to go and grab some more logs as well. That'll do. Right, gonna need to run the linseed oil over there. Oh, wait. I'm about to pull more out of this than I am producing by a chunk. So, as much as I did not think it was going to be necessary, 'tis in fact necessary. Color me surprised. No. Just go straight down the middle, please, and then connect up. Oh. There we go. All right, so doubled up our production now. In terms of fueling the coke conversion process through planks and such, I do. Basically, all of this... Oh, that one is not moving very fast. All of this is feeding into an ethanol. Any of the charcoal that comes out as the byproduct gets fed back into the ethanol as a priority. So that's why that one is occasionally stalling while this one doesn't. The coke comes out, gets ground up into coke dust, gets added onto this line. And this prioritizes this line. So fuel is always returned to making more fuel before excess is peeled off to feed to the rest of the system. Right, that's right. I need to go up here and hook up the linseed. I'm afraid you need to go. Tonk. Tonk. Right, there we go. Ah. Okay, so did quite well. I quickly gave up on making my own fuel because I was recursively stoking fuel creation with coke powder, which defeated the point of making coke powder to me. So now I just throw whole logs in furnaces and call it a day. I mean, I get where you're coming from. Like, you know, that is just much simpler. And if that's the thing that you value the most, then it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Personally, that is egregiously that's like an egregious level of wasted money. But in a game where you've got the means to just make infinite money for all intents and purposes, doesn't matter. No. If you prefer it that way, then it's the right way to do it, is the way I would put it. However, you can, even if you just do one layer of processing, and I'm not saying this to try and convince you, I'm just, you know, in case you hadn't had the time or the inclination to do the math, if you like. Even one layer of processing will double the fuel value from your logs. Oh, actually, sorry. When I say that, I mean double the fuel value from planks. So 1 layer of processing to turn the logs into planks. And then another layer of processing to turn the planks into charcoal. Is wildly more efficient. But again, if you just value simplicity, then what you're doing is perfect. There you go. Gotcha. But Aavak, someone is wrong on the internet. That they're not wrong, though. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting a simple life. Nothing wrong at all. I kind of misplaced that one, really. Nevertheless, I think this is okay. Oops. I did take that one too low. There we go. Right, so production. 9.5 logs is 1,900 copper, makes 190 coke, 77 coke used in cooking the planks. 1 coal chunk is 4,800 copper, makes 150 coke, 120 coke, 5 used to cook the coal. Does locking the Z-axis help? I haven't actually properly looked into that. How dare they not play games in the way we consider to be the proper way? Yes, yeah. I have got too many inefficiencies of my own to juggle, to care about other people's inefficiencies. Right, so that was step 1, making the soap. Now, I'm going to need how much? Right, you know what? Let me go and grab the devices off the ground, and then I can copy them over. Cut. Right. This one wanted 30 a minute. But this will produce 15 a minute, and I only need 10. Is that correct? No, I need 15 a minute. God damn it. I need 15 of that. No, I only need 2/3. So I could do with 2/3 of this. 2/3 of this is 20 a minute. So that actually works out. Yes, it does. Glory be. Let's remove that. I want to see how fast this breaks down. Let's pop you there. 10 a minute, so I'm going to need 2. Fair enough. Easy enough to do. Right. I'm going to need to bring over the fruit wine too. All right. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, though I'm starting to wonder if maybe a table would have been better than this. Yes. I'm going to make that choice now, rather than delay and then regret not making it earlier. There we go. Nope, that's not quite right. And both of these can go straight into a grinder, not a blender. They just came out of a blender. There we go. Okay, so you can't go there, which is now a bit of a space inefficiency, but whatever. Do that. I'm going to need... No. I'm going to want yeast powder. So the soap powder should go in. Indeed it does. I'm just now going to need fruit wine. This should produce 10 a minute. All right. So I can get rid of these two. And then ultimately, I'm going to want that down here. I need the Coke in there. So 10 a minute, 20. And I'll produce 10. Yeah, definitely having this is useful for me right now. Right, let me go get the... fruit wine. I need to be better at drawing these out and not hooking them up to something I don't need to. And having enough metal to make them. That is also important. There we go. Yeah, funny man, I also have that problem with trying to lock the wrong, trying to use the conveyor lifter in reverse. That is trying to rotate the top, lock it, and then rotate the bottom. Would be wonderful if you could have some more flexibility with that, but oh well. It's not the worst thing in the universe. I'm going to want this to... No, bad. No, also bad. Come on. There we go. I'm going to want this to come out by 1. No. No. Yes. Yeah, because well, actually, if I just move that pipe around a little bit, it might work. I'd need to cut it off here. And here. But if I do it that way, this should fully work correctly. One thing I am wondering if I'm creating a bit of a rod for my own back with this is whether I should be stacking these vertically rather than horizontally. Why? Oh well. It's what it is. Ready? Right, there we are. That should be correct. Let's have a look. Yes. So, this is now producing the yeast powder at 10 per minute. Now I just need 20 gloom fungus, which actually is easier to achieve. I'll be producing 24, but that's okay. But if I want to add the fuel onto the line, I really should be producing the full whack. I can always merge the gloom fungus onto this line. Because this one isn't producing enough. So yeah, I could send that down there. Just make sure that it is all getting in there. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Let's see what our deal is with urgent requests. Yeah, no. No chance. How are our shelves looking? Looking good. Pretty much everything we can make is being made, save for Jupiter. Rather, sold. Look down here. Slowly come together. Have you added any? No. Very nearly done, though. The main limiter now is the speed at which I'm producing wooden pulleys. Maybe adding an extra bit to that wouldn't be a terrible idea. Well, no, I do not have the room for that. Never mind. Right. Gloom fungus, though. Definitely what we need. Right. This whole setup is what we're copying. Everything about it. So best get started. That's correct. All the way out to here. Like so. Dunk. Copy. I lack many things. I'm going to need nails, planks, stone, and let's go for the nails first. Stone. Let's drop things off. I definitely need to drop the soap off. And planks. A lot more planks. I should get these things out of my inventory. Actually, my inventory can afford to be significantly compressed. My goodness, why am I carrying around so much gubbins? Oh wait, it's me. Of course I'm carrying around gubbins. I've even got some soap powder in there, don't I? Yes. I will move those somewhere eventually. For right now... Really? I'm still... oh, okay, fine. Need more stone. And 5 of these. Okay. Let's try again. Alright. Finally, we can do it properly. So, first and foremost, that's not correct. We don't want it that close. And dunk. Okay. Huge gubbins. Massive gubbins factory. But it is very, very nice to be able to just do that. Oh. Why is that not in the right place? Oh, that's right. For those, I needed a bridge. Okay. Okay, so money needs to be hooked up to this. Let's see if I can't maybe get that to work. Yes, I can. That's much easier.